So this guy decided that he wanted to knack for the last time before his wedding the next day. He then received a call the following morning from Courage, who is his wife-to-be, to get up and prepare because it was their wedding day. So after Stan dropped the call, he saw blood stains all over him. He then realized that the girl he picked last night was in a pool of blood on his bed. He was still trying to figure out what to do when he heard the doorbell. It was his best man Williams. Stan then took him inside to see the mess he has caused for himself. The guys were confused but had to think fast on what to do next. So Williams told him that the only way was to dispose the body. They were on their way to dump the body when they got to a checkpoint and the police insisted that they open their boot. But the guys had to do anything it takes to break the law and set themselves free. They finally dumped the body at the lagoon and were already late for their wedding when they heard the doorbell again. It was Vera, the younger sister to the lady who was murdered in Stan's house. Vera told the guys that her sister shared her location to her the previous night and her phone has been switched off ever since then. The guys were still trying to deny it until they heard the doorbell again. It was the police. They got the information that the lady was murdered in Stan's house. At that time also, everybody was already waiting to see a wedding in the church, but Courage couldn't find her husband-to-be, and his phone was also switched off. So she came to his house only to find out that Stan was at the mercy of the law. So Stan took laws into his hand by disarming a police officer to escape with his friends. The guys were on the run for hours to an undisclosed location, and they were convinced that nobody can find out where they were in this local hotel. But they were surprised in a few minutes that the police could still identify their location. Stan was finally arrested and taken away by the police. But Williams was somehow free from the law since the lady was murdered in Stan's house and he is the suspect. Stan swore with his life that he never killed the girl. But the inspector asked him why he then had to dump the body if he never killed her. Williams is a good and loyal friend, so he had to plead with Courage, who is a barrister, to help his friend out. But when Courage thought about the sweet moments they shared together, and the promise he made to her that he would never cheat on her, her hatred towards Stan grew for disrespecting her, making everyone mock her on her wedding day. But her instincts tell her that Stan is innocent because she knows Stan better than anyone else. She then asked him to tell her everything that happened that night. Courage got to find out that someone was behind all this to have given the police the information to have arrested him that morning, and found out his location quickly when they ran away again to an undisclosed hotel before he was finally arrested. So Courage had to make a thorough investigation after questioning Williams and Vera about what they knew that fateful day. She then had to ask the security guard of Stan, who gave her the right information that she wanted. He said that Williams came later that night after his boss came in with a lady. But he didn't go inside since Stan had a visitor, and then gave him the food that he wanted to give his boss. The security guard then told her that he slept off after eating the food until the following morning. Courage also met with Williams' security guard to find out what time his boss came back. The guard told her that his boss came back late, and then also gave him a pack of food, and he slept off until the following morning. She also met with the estate management for CCTV footage of the car that came to Stan's house that night. She saw the taxi that dropped someone off, but she couldn't identify who the person was because it was dark. She was already suspecting Williams, but she needed evidence, so she requested for the number that called the police officer that morning before Stan was arrested, and after further investigation, the number was linked to Williams' name. So she confronted Williams and told him what she believed happened that night, and how he found his way into his friend's house to kill the lady. Williams admitted to the crime, but he never realized that the police were around until they came in with Stan, who has also been released when they found out that he was innocent. Williams knew that it was game over for him, but before he left, he was honest enough to tell Stan that he doesn't deserve a beautiful and decent lady like Courage. William also loved Courage, but she couldn't see it because she was in love with Stan, and it hurt him so much when he sees the man she fell in love with cheat on her with random ladies. Courage really felt bad with everything Williams said, but she had already made up her mind never to go back to Stan. And after Stan's name has been finally cleared, Stan kept chasing after her to forgive him, but she told him that the reason why she helped him was not because she wanted him back, but because she knows that he is innocent. So she asked Stan to move on because she has fallen out of love with him. And this was how Stan lost a good woman and was going to regret it for the rest of his life. So guys, what are your thoughts in the movie One Last Bite? Please comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.